자, 봅시다. 그러면 다음 마을로 일단 가려면 테너림 레드클리프 마을로 가야 되니까 일로 올라가 보자. 뭐가 많은데? 뭐야 이거? 잠깐만. 아이 젠장. 아직 싸울 생각이 없었는데. 뭐 왕창 내려오네. 아 이런. 쏴.
Maker's breath.
오케이.
That's one for me. Yes, of course.
넌 또 왜 혼자 올라가고 있냐? 안 돼! 안 돼, 안 돼!
Now we get our hands dirty.
It's begun.
Begin the order. Run while you can. Your ruling saves some dignity. You will learn to fear me.
얘 부상이 너무 심해가지고 이거 싸우지도 못하는 거야. 오케이, 알았어.
As you like.
금. 오. 말레피카. 뭐하는 거지?
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Oh, sure.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
필요 없을 것 같은데 얘네. 일단 받아둘까?
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
뭐야 얘네? 갑시다. 다음 마을로. 어차피 더 이상 볼 일이 없는 애들일 것 같아. 네. 세상에.
Bad dreams, huh?
미친
Well, it
꿈이었지.
is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
그놈 왜 말을 안 해줬지
He
진짜?
did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing.
아니
It
나한테
takes a
얘기 안
bit, but
해줬잖아.
eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
말을 더 이상 하고 싶지 않다.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
도어프들과 대화하다? 아, 선물을 지금 줘야 돼? 아, 이거 미리 알았으면 좋았을 텐데. 일단 릴리아나.
Yes? Well, here I am.
생활 어땠어?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
뭐 어딜 가나 잘난 척하는 놈들은 있죠.
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
그러니까 네가 무슨 말을 했으니까.
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the chantry says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
아, 이거 안 오른 것 같은데.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy, Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
내 기억엔 없는데.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
그 다음에는
Hard to say. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. Ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
병사의 봉우리에 대해 이전엔 들어본 적이 없습니다.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
퀘스트를 빨리 받자.
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
그래.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
사인 같은 게 아니었나? 그냥 퀘스트 주는 애였구나.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and remembered the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
오케이, 어떤 거?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
오케이.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him what was it now?
애비가
A
말이
savant.
많구만.
I had no idea such a thing existed.
Enchantment.
룬. 아니야, 필요 없어 아직.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
물품.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
자, 물품을 좀 사봅시다. 비싸구만. 야, 이거 뭐냐, 배시알 용. 드래곤본? 개쩌네. 비싸다. 비싸. 그걸로밖에 없는데. 아, 룬이 많네. 정조대? 이런 것도 팔어? 야수조련사? 배낭을 템플러? 필요하긴 한데 7골드나 주면서 아직 살 필요는 없을 것 같아. 이런 것도 있구나. 나중에 이걸로 사면 되겠네. 일단은 무기는 이거밖에 없고, 마도사의 무장. 아 비싸다. 씨 비싸. 비룡 가죽. 무술 연구소? 이건 뭐지? 독자에게 특성에 쓸 수 있는 포인트 한 개 부여하면서 더 이상 필요 없습니다. 와 21골드. 마법 연구소 21골드. 와 비싸네. 이것들 비싸네 진짜. 스탠.
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty. As you wish.
지금 필요한 건 얘가 아니야. 시지.
Oh, why, you little? Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look. Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
모리건 어디 갔냐 모리건. 모리건. 대화는 모리건이랑 나눠야 되는데. 저기 있다. 아우.
I await your command. We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
What?
I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. Then I assume our discussion ends here.
잘못했나? 아 이런. 이건 아니야. 불러오자. 호감도가 10이나 떨어지면 어떡해. 씨. 잘못했다.
Bad dreams.
넘어갑시다.
You
아까
see,
했던 거야.
the archdemon, it talks to the horde. Anyhow,
멍도 왜 떨어졌지? 아까 플러스 1 했잖아. 그래, 씨.
You're a hard man. Did Duncan ever mention me?
없군요.
But poor Duncan's.
큰 약속.
So King Orland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and title. Oh, but Dryden's are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants.
덩컨한테
We
부탁한 게
it
뭐냐?
won't restore our land or our titles.
들어본 적이 없다.
So I went to Duncan, I did.
그래서
And I said that he could reclaim the... So he also hoped to recover lost Warden.
오케이, 퀘스트 받고.
Ah, it's good to see.
그리고
I'm
아까도
perfectly
얘기
willing
다
to offer you a
들었어.
fine discount.
오케이.
Thank you, sir.
We won't be able.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good. And
꼭 필요 없어.
you and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. Oh, nothing so unusual and so interesting as you and your companions, I'm sure, dwarven merchant. I'm sure.
잠깐만.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
잠깐만, 아까 못 산 게 있었는데 이거 됐습니다. 호감도를 올리고 싶다. 일단 저장을 하고 호감도를 올려보자.
Yes? Well, here I am.
게시.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
그 다음엔
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
좋은 말을 해줘야 될 것 같은데. 삼번.
No, not voices. It's not so simple. He spoke directly to my soul, in a language no human tongue can express. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Black devours everything?
공감을 해줘야 될 것 같아. 그지? 3번.
That is why you are a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
호감도가 증가했다. 좋아. 세이브 합시다. 우리가
I await your command. At times, perhaps, a world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
힘들게 자랐구나.
Don't be foolish. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
그다음에
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
2번.
That is because I learned my lesson well. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
음, 4번이 낫겠다.
Perhaps, but they were necessary still. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
헐, 호감도가 4나 감소했어. 필요 없어. 씨. 아, 그냥 선물이나 갖다 먹일까 그냥. 아이씨, 그래서 대화로 호감도 올릴 수 있을 줄 알았는데. 나가자. 나로서는 감당할 수 없는 아이다.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
나 어딨냐 지금. 이거 가자. 걸렸다. 아, 이런. 싸우자. 안돼 안돼. 왜 이렇게 두들겨 맞는? 아, 무슨 덫을 다 밟았어. 얘들아 이건 아이 죽는다. 올라왔네? 아 이거 죽는데? 하하 이런 씨. 다시 이건 아니야. 나가보자. 네.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
에이, 그냥 가는 법이 없네. 뭐지?
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
이건 좀 봅시다. 강철 장화. 이게 뭐야? 사자?
Where to now?
투구 하나 올리고 팔고 팔면 되겠다.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
필요 없고 필요 없고 필요 없고 필요 없고 필요 없고 나갑시다. 어찌됐든 여기까지 왔네요.
Be cautious.
저장. 너에게 선물을 몰아주겠다. 호감도를 올려라. 어? 영광의 상가 부착 제거? 알리스테이요? 비싼 신발.
Interesting.
어때? 좋았어.
Interesting.
시간 안 됐네. 응답.
Interesting.
아이씨.
Interesting.
아 이런. 그냥.
I am
오!
grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
뭔데 이거? 뭔데 50이나 올라? 성가.
And you give this to
What the
my-
fuck? 잠깐. 마이너스도 될 수 있는 거야? 일단 인형 2개를 주자. 일단 이 100을 만들고 릴리아나한테도 뭐 줄 수 있는 게 있을 거야.
That's
와 블록이 씨 이건 아니다. 뭐 마이너스 50씩 들어가냐 이게. 일단은 모리가나한테
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
그다음에 오 마력 오 대박. 자 저장하자. 그다음에 릴리안한테 성가 이거 주면 되지 않을까? 받으니까 이거.
That's a
브라보.
wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
정도? 오. 저장. 나비칼?
Do you expect me to
와
cap-
마이너스네. 씨, 마이너스 50짜리 왜 있는 거야? 조각상을 주면
Why, thank you so much.
영화의 그림?
Why, thank you so much.
허허 참, 머리가 사용 오케이.
Very well.
재밌는 게 많구만. 잠깐만 야영지로 가려면 그럼 밖으로 나가야 되나? 아니요. 아하 올라가야 되는구나. 예. 그 다음 여행지. 아 이렇게 들어가는구나. 오케이 알았어. 잠깐만 저장을 해서 친밀도 올렸으니까 고감도
I
올렸으니까
await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
인간?
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience. "'Tis no child's tale, I assure you. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
오케이 2번.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
사실이
No,
아닌가?
quite true, but this part only. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed. Aye, it was. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement in the first place. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
가정사가 얼마나 징창이네. 뭘 선택해야 되지? 3번.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies. The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
어떡하지?
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
1번.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
아이씨 호감도 떨어졌어. 아 얘랑은 대화를 못하겠다. 뭐 말만 하면 호감도가 떨어져. 내가 뭘 잘못 알고 있나? 일단 오늘은 여기까지 하겠습니다. 조금 더 나가려고 했는데 호감도 시스템 때문에 이것저것 좀 알아보려고 하다가 시간을 좀 많이 잡아먹었는데 일단은 이 다음부터는 최대한 메인 스토리 쪽으로 해서 쭉 나가 볼게요. 오늘 수고하셨습니다 여러분. 다음 시간에 뵐게요.